Here's the thing, the 13th of August, 2026. This video is titled under In the Image Clothing Company's main site. The ground shouldn't feel far away. Well, yeah, the body has the feet being our vertical support. Meaning, at the very base of our bodies, our very foundation, on Earth's vertical gravity pull, we've got 2 feet in this universal human design. Gripping arches inward, opposing the center line of the body and Earth's vertical gravity pull, keeping us vertical, okay? The spine's in the direct center of the body, above the hips, meshing with Earth's vertical gravity pull. The feet are evenly opposing the direct center of the body, below the hips, down the legs, meshing evenly on either side, the left and right, or the right and left of Earth's vertical gravity pull. The feet are meant to be on the horizontal surface of the planet Earth, directly on the Earth, because for thousands and thousands of years, human beings existed before a human being could ever invent something they called a shoe to place between the foot and the ground. So these man-made shoes have the bottoms of them we call shoe soles. Now, you're not touching the earth. There's no belief about being grounded. The feet have to grip the ground. The feet grip arches the way that the hands grip things. Okay. Different length 5 toes within the universal human design grip the ground. And they really grip. Good nails on the fingers and the toes, all the way to the tips, cut relatively flat to back and support the fingers and toes. And remember, there's always a neutral position to the entire body. No opinion to it, you can measure it mathematically. We just reside in the neutral position to the entire body if the body's unaltered. The ground shouldn't feel far away. My body's in a neutral position. Sitting on the ground, but you sit on a man-made chair that doesn't exist until human beings invent it. And now your body's in different angles, different bends, different ranges of motion, different positions, okay? From this position here, sitting on the ground, and my body's just neutral and working properly. If I sit in a man-made chair, it just changes all the bends in my body and the center of gravity that my body is over Earth's surface, and my body has parts of it turn off or deactivate. Okay, wow. There's only one way the human body could ever work. It works on the horizontal surface directly of the planet Earth. Okay. So, shoe soles, right? An invention of human beings. We're not actually touching the ground. Our feet aren't actually gripping the surface of the textured natural earth. That's one thing. The ground's farther away in a shoe sole than it would be if you weren't wearing shoes that had a layer of something between the bottom of your feet and the ground. We navigate life through our feet, not just because they walk us around, but there's so many nerve endings in the feet. The feet really feel things the way that the hands do. The feet and the hands do the same thing. A video's title under In the Image Clothing Company's main site here currently as well. One of our many, many, many hundreds as of today's date, the 13th of August, 2026. The ground shouldn't feel far away is this video's title. Shoe soles. Well, check this out. Man-made flooring. You're not actually on the ground. You're on top of a layer of something that's on top of the ground. Man-made flooring is on top of the earth. And that matters. You know, it really does. It really does. I mean, there's no kind of belief to it. Like I was saying, on being grounded. You know, sometimes people think it's just like a thing in only spiritual communities, and maybe you don't think you're spiritual or something, right? Well, the body literally is the earth. That's what it is. I mean, that it's just what it is. You could do like a blood test and find out what's in your blood. And it's in the same stuff that you ate, because that's what became your blood, is what you ate. Okay? For example, there's no opinion to it. I mean, this is what has built us. This is what has created us. This is what we are literally, physically, tangibly made out of, is the earth, as human beings. And so, the body really needs to be connected to it. There's no opinion to it. There's no approach to take. It's our life source. Okay? So, really, I mean, ideally, the closest to the surface of the earth we could sleep, it's going to be the best for our bodies. If we could sleep just directly on the ground, that's going to be the most healthy for our bodies. It truly is. But we sleep on man-made beds that are multiple feet off the ground. Well, on a ground floor, but then you've got the second, third, fourth, fifth, and then hundreds of floors in a tall building, a skyrise, a skyscraper, a really high off the ground, man-made thing, if you will. That's how we could just label it. A man-made thing. And you're hundreds of feet in the air. But the ground is still down there somewhere, and you're trying to sleep. Essentially, literally in the sky. That's just not normal. It's impossible to happen. For every human being that ever lived, until the invention of skyscrapers, tall buildings, meaning until we had the technology to be able to make buildings that tall without them just crumbling and falling over when the wind blows. But you know what happens is all these buildings will always eventually just fall over and decompose back into the earth. An earthquake, a really strong storm of any kind, a hurricane, for example, a tornado, tsunami. God, no opinion to it. Nature. This stuff happens. It's always happened before a human being was ever here, or even a thought. The earth was the earth because the human being is literally made of the earth. It had to be here first. The earth is something we could call the ground. It shouldn't feel far away. But it is. In modern 2026 and going forth, in our modern man-made societies, anytime we have an invention of a human being that puts any kind of separation whatsoever between our physical bodies and the physical earth, now the earth is far away from us. Farther, even just the distance of the shoe sole. Even if you're wearing really thin shoe soles. These are pretty darn thin shoe soles I'm wearing here. Relatively, actually, thin. Yeah. The ground's still not quite touching my feet when my feet are placed onto the ground, because there's a layer of something between my foot and the ground. These are Zero shoes. Shout out to Xero Zero, the brand. They make great shoes, and they're great for the feet. But I'm just using it as an example. Any shoe, even a sock, you're not actually touching the ground. And this does matter, because matter, right? The literal word. We take things like topical creams and we place them on the skin of the body to soak into the body through the holes in the skin called pores. The skin of the body is called the epidermis. It's an organ encapsulating the entire human being. It makes us waterproof. It protects the inside of the body. It keeps all the inside of the body inside the body. It's the walls or the barrier of the outside of the exterior of the body. The outside of the exterior. There's the redundancy. Shout out to the dog barking too. In the Image Clothing Company Poodles, another one of our fourths. I don't know what dog that is over there, but anyway. The organ of the body, the epidermis, it's covering the entire exterior of the human being. So the bottom of the feet, they have skin. They have pores, little holes in the body, and things soak into the body. But this is natural. When you're standing on natural earth surface, in all truth, I mean, part of the earth will be soaking into your skin. Like right now, my hands on the grass, the grass is partially soaking into my body. It is. It's just like you rub something onto your skin to soak into your skin. Well, you could just place your skin onto that thing instead of placing that thing onto your skin. It's the same thing. It's just something touching something else. The feet always are touching the earth until they're socks made by human beings, until they're shoes made by human beings, until there's man-made flooring made by human beings. And now we've got 3 layers: a sock, a shoe, a man-made floor, before we could ever get to the ground. But then the higher up in a building you go, you've got another floor and another floor and another floor, and the space between those floors, and the ground is somewhere down there always, because the building you're standing on is built on the ground. It's just pretty far away. The ground shouldn't feel far away. Okay, here comes the wind.